Sins of the Black Flamingo, issue number 3. It's the halfway point in this series from Wheeler, Moore, Bonvillain, and Bidikar, and I like it. It's fun, you know? I went into this not knowing what to expect, and then I figured out what it was, so when it does what it's doing, I'm not surprised by it. I can completely understand how a certain demographic of comic book readers could be uninterested, and I get that. It is heavy-handed sometimes in what it's doing, so I can't take it. I can't get mad at people for not accepting that, so that's fine. You know, we open up this book, and we see this man. It looks like he's just at like a nice place. He's talking about his son who was saved by Sebastian Harlow, and he's a Jewish man, and then we just suddenly see that Sebastian wakes up in a pit of goo, and then Ophelia's there like, yeah, you died, dude, so you were dead, and I have a lot of mystical power in this world, so I brought you back to life. And you know how much it sucks that I had to bring you back to life? Because you're a terrible piece of shit, and my kind and the things we do throughout history and the world, we could probably fix the world to make it a better place, but we're too busy stopping people like you from destroying it, so everything you do is essentially just ruining what could be the perfect world. Thanks for existing, you prick. She just lays it out for him thick. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Just calls him shit. He's like, where's my angel? I gotta go find my angel. She's like, whatever. Just go. Just find him. You can get out of the puddle now there, buddy. And we see that the puddle that he was in was none other than the creation of the golem, and that is Abel. And you're like, oh, cool. Why was Abel in there with him? Because now they're bonded through like physical touch or something. So Abel is connected spiritually to Sebastian. And that means if Sebastian dies, Abel's going to die. And Abel kind of has a huge little crush on Sebastian. But the thing is, Seb's got his own flirtationship going on with an angel. And he's just looking at this angel crying. And he's like, I don't understand what's happening, but you're here. And it's cool. And it's weird. And you're like a concept of creation. And it's weird. And love will keep us together. Blah, blah, blah. They hook up intense in a very graphic page that I'm sorry to all of you out there who love some Travis Moore and Tamara Bonvillain art. I can't show this to you on YouTube, but just know there are two very attractive men going kissy-kissy, and it's very pleasant to look at. You know, beautiful art. You just see if we take off the collar from Ezekiel, that's the name of the angel, he's probs going to become what an actual angel looks like, which is, you know that like thing going around like biblically accurate angel where it's like the floating eye of the wings and shit? I don't know if that's where they're going, but hey, he has to wear it to keep him sexy and able to kissy-kissy with Sebastian. So fun. Cool. Is it cool? Yeah, it's great. I don't hate this at all. It feels like it did just take a sharp turn to like, oh yeah, now everybody wants to kiss each other, and that, I guess, is the power, like, love's the ultimate answer, I guess, is like what the story's trying to say. I don't care. Works for me. I'm fine with it. We also see that Seb's got to break back into his place because he's got to steal something. The black horn we saw in the first issue. When he gets there, he's like, oh shit, I was robbed already. Who robbed him? Well, it was probably, what did he say his name was? Hugo Tarn, who is his archaeology professor from college, and he was a cradle robber and a grave robber, and this guy he was hooking up with probably took the shit from him. Uh-oh. This old man Hugo's the one who introduced him to all this occult shit, owes him a lot of stuff, and kind of maybe he wants to find his little, little horn again. But he didn't take it. Didn't take the horn. Whoever was in there didn't take the one thing he needed, so he still has it, but there's a gun to the back of his head, and it's a handsome blonde man this time. Every other hair color we have, brunettes and redheads, but it's a blonde boy this time, who's been stalking Sebastian for a while, and he's like, I'll be taking that horn from you, and he's like, okay, take it, and when the guy touches it, he freaks out and potentially loses his mind, and that's when Seb thinks he wins, but guess what? Some white chick just shows up and shoots him, takes the horn, and you're like, oh, look at this just lady in nice heels. And you're like, oh, finally, there's a girl in this book who isn't just shouting at him. This one's shooting him. And that's where the book ends. I'm like, okay, that's fun. We're setting up that, like, Abel, Ezekiel, and Sebastian might be in some weird freaky deaky love triangle or like a polyamorous thing. I'm like, sure, I don't care. Beautiful art's beautiful art to look at. Give me some of that shit, it's fun. And, more occult shit's coming up in this book, so I can't complain about that. It is fascinating to look at, fascinating to read. The artwork is breathtaking. I know some people will be hesitant to pick this up, and I understand, but I'm telling you, the artwork makes it worth it. Sometimes the writing is a little too on the nose, but if you can look past that, there is a genuine treat in the visual styles of this book. So cool. Very fun, and it's just a fun concept. So I guess we'll see what's going on here. Some, news anchor looking white chicks just showing up and taking the horn. What's her deal? Who's to say? I guess we'll find out next week on Sins of the Black Flamingo. So yeah, it's fun. Simple and fun. Looks good. Enjoy it. So, The Sins of the Black Flamingo, issue number 3, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.